Warning. The following podcast contains nicotine, fat clouds, coarse language, and other adult shit. It is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
So, gang, Martha Stewart has her own brand of CBD now. It's called something. I didn't put the logo in there because I didn't think that far ahead. But Martha Stewart's branded out her own CBD brand that really like citrusy and stuff. Let me see if I can find a commercial for that.
Is Snoop Dogg in it? I know they were like cooking together.
You'd think. I think he also has a brand under the same label, but it's not connected. See if there's any commercials.
That's so weird to think they're like hanging out. Like, do you think in the 90s Snoop Dogg was ever like, yeah, one day I'm going to have my own cooking show? Martha Stewart.
It's the weirdest combo, but I love it. You know, it
they
really
do work
works.
well, yeah.
It works because it's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Which is why it works so well. You know, it's really smart. All right, so let me see. I've got it. There's a bunch here. Yeah. Did you know they had like TV shows together too?
I know. I remember them from one of the roasts on Comedy Central, and he like gave her like a shout out in like the thing because they both like went to jail or something.
Eventually, I want to do like, maybe you can help write it. Like, I want to do like a deep dive into the history of how the hell they even got connected and like.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be, and if we read it funny, like that's something that could be a good like solid YouTube video. You know, like. Mm-hmm. How the fuck did these two become something? You know, it's kind of, it'll be funny.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see. The company is called Canopy Growth. It would be like if a craft brewery ended up getting big, and then they're like, now that we're big, let's get some celebrities under us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do we really grow?
Yeah. Your cousin from Boston.
All right, so I'm on Canopy Growth's page now. Let me see here. Let's flop over. So they've got a lot of videos, but I'm not seeing the Martha Stewart video.
She's like, that's some good shit.
All right, let's go with. There's a Cheddar, like.
For 16 years.
Hold on. There's like an ad here. Always ads before YouTube these days.
Yeah.
Once the ad ends, I will pop it up. Okay. Oh, like. All right, here we are.
Is breaking in.
Let me throw it over. All right, this is a Cheddar report. You know, you ever see Cheddar videos? You know where I see them? At gas stations. Like, somehow this company Cheddar, who has their own TV channel and stuff, tied in with those TVs that are on gas station, like, tanks. Do you have are you logged in over there on Ryan's computer?
The chat is open.
Can you kill that last one? It's like a spam. Like, just like flag it, delete it or whatever. All right, so here's the Martha Stewart report from Cheddar. Let's watch this.
All right, everyone, and turning to cannabis, Martha Stewart is breaking into CBD, partnering with Canopy Growth to launch a new line of gummies, oil drops, and more.
Oil drops. Oil drops? So weird when people say shit like that. Oil drops?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
How do I get rid of this thing?
It's like this guy's never talked about CBD before in his life. I like when people who aren't in the industry start talking about CBD or something. And it won't get you high.
Yeah.
Cheddar's cannabis reporter Chloe Aiello sat down with David Klein, who's the CEO of Canopy Growth, to find out more about what we can expect and the state of the cannabis industry in the U.S.
Interesting. I'm in. Tell me about it. Like, I want to learn, right? I mean, that's what we're here for, learn.
Yeah.
Learn and enjoy. Let's get into it, dude.
Take a look.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Canopy Growth did announce this partnership in February of last year. It's hard to believe the launch is finally here. What can consumers...
It's a long time from like announcement of launch to actually launching a product, isn't it? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this thing. I'm distracted.
All right, let's get back into it then.
consumers expect to see on shelves here in the U.S.?
Yeah, so we're going to bring CBD gummies and oils and soft gels to the market with Martha Stewart. I think the great thing about our collaboration...
All right, that's a good shot of like the line. It's just Martha Stewart brand, but it's like, you know, under the big label of Canopy Growth. We're looking at some fruit here. So I'm seeing like, I don't even know what the heck this is. What are those things? I don't know. Little limes or something? I don't even know what the hell that is. This looks like a blood orange or a grapefruit. I'm thinking blood orange just because it's so dark.
Yeah.
These look like normal oranges. I have no idea what the hell kind of flower or green leaf this is. Got me. Maybe it's part of an orange leaf. I don't know. It's interesting when they take pictures like this and like the set dressing, like, you know, when I designed this studio behind us right here, like every little piece is thought out in a way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like when you see a shot like this, it's like, all right, we're going to get the copper kettle, whatever the hell that has to do with CBD. Who the hell knows? Nothing. It has nothing to do with CBD, but it just shows that she makes tea or something. And then we've got this like orange pot and a white pot. That doesn't make sense. Berry medley. And it looks like we've got, these look like blackberries and these are raspberries. And then we've got some black cherries or something. And then in the front, we've got gummies. And it's funny because the way they laid out this shot with the lower third graphic right here, like you can't see the actual product. You only see the fruit.
Yeah.
Which isn't odd. Don't worry about it. If you can't get that deleted, it's cool.
I'm just dumb. I don't know how to use computers.
I don't think Ryan knows how to do it either. Like maybe it's something you can Google. Like how do I delete a comment that's just spam? All right, let's get back to it.
With Martha is we bring what I think is best-in-class industry science.
Seriously, dudes, at Cannabis, Cheddar, like throwing this lower third over the entire product. If you're trying to showcase a product, like we don't need to see this big-ass leaf, whatever this thing is. I don't even know what the hell that is. Like some kind of ancient dinosaur plant? What is that? What does that have to do with CBD? It's not cannabis. I don't know what that is. Some kind of weird fern? What would you say that is? What's this? Like, you know what they did? Like, seriously, they had an image that was a, like, vertical image right here. You can see.
Yeah.
So they just took it in Photoshop, blurred it, put it behind it big. And instead of, like, bringing this up so you could see the actual product here, I know this is, like...
The leaf is way too big.
The leaf is giant, and this lower third graphic here is covering the bulk, like... How many milligrams is in this bottle? That's the information I want to know.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, tell me a little bit about this product. Like, what milligrams?
Oh, yeah.
And what are these flowers on here? I don't even these flowers pictured on the actual container aren't even the flowers that are in the shot. Like, is this shit in this?
Yeah, what is this?
Like, are these flowers in this container?
That really just shows, like, there's so much sleight of hand going on in, like, every ad, every sale.
Yeah, no shit. or just like confusing. Like they obviously sent them. The people at Canopy Growth sent these graphics to Cannabis, to Cheddar. Cannabis, by the way, I would like to be on your show eventually. Even though we're talking shit about this, but we're talking shit about it because it's like, oh, it's obvious. Like, come on, if you're gonna showcase some a new product launch, especially if it's been in the works this long, like, why are you cropping out? Like, why are you covering up the main stuff? You're covering the goods.
Yeah.
It'd be like cropping out the money shot in a porno.
And research to create...
It's just, it's zooming in. This is like a slow zoom in right now.
Really effective...
And it's covering more of the... Like, as they zoom in, it just covers more and more of the product.
Research to create...
Like, is it going to, by the end, would it cover soft gels? Is it just going to say CBD? You know what I mean? Like, how long are you going to let that effect go in?
High-quality, safe product.
Something that I've also learned with, like, making video now, because this show CBD Source used to be a podcast, like solely a podcast, so it was all audio. And just in the last, like, since we decided to go Twitch and like edit video and whatnot, like I've had to really crack down on cool techniques for editing video. And this effect that they're doing, you like just keeping an image still on the screen is kind of boring to your eye. So like you have a little bit of motion, like it's just tracking in a little bit. So we have a good visual here of what we're looking at before it zooms in. There's actually what is the word for it? There's an effect. It's like built into iPhoto or iVideo or whatever. There's an actual effect named after that famous director of documentary filmmaker. What's his name? Who's the documentary filmmaker who does all those great documentaries about the different wars that we've been in? And
Michael Moore?
No. No, like ancient wars, like World War II, World War I, Civil War. He did a whole documentary about baseball. He's like, before Michael Moore, he was the most famous documentary filmmaker.
I have no idea.
Anyway, whatever his name is, they call it they named the effect after him, like his last name / effect. And it's basically just because in those documentary films, he'd have an old picture from like Civil War time. Well, I don't even know if there were photos back then, like World War I or whatever. And it would be like slowly zooming in. And that's the way that it would, be something happening other than just a photo still on a screen. So that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
As we slowly zoom in on these Martha Stewart soft gels, look at that flower or whatever's on here. What is that? They're not showing pot leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not hemp. It's like we're in a weird, like, what kind of reality are we in where like you can't show what you're selling?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like we're selling you fruit. Like we're selling you a bottle of capsules full of, what are these? Yellow roses? Like, it's confusing.
Yeah. Have you ever been in like a GNC or any one of those stores?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so confusing. Like nothing is like well explained. It's just like a mystery. It's almost like going to Blockbuster, but for like drugs. You just go pick something random off the shelf. You're like, I'll try this week.
Who knows what the hell it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, so much stuff in GNC is not like FDA approved, right? It's just like supplements and stuff.
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that before too.
So they can't really make any medical claims on the bottle.
Yeah, which is super sketchy. It's like you're literally selling drugs.
Well, that's the thing about CBD too. Like you can't, because FDA hasn't like done tests, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, and so you can't really make the medical claims. So then the bottles can't say like, here's a dose you should take if you weigh this, or because it's depending on what you weigh, or it really doesn't matter. Like it's all how your endocannabinoid system processes it. So it's tough to give a recommendation of dose. But look at this. It says unflavored, right? Unflavored. That means you're getting hemp flavored soft gels. It's going to be natural, the flavor of hemp, I would imagine, right? So what the fuck is this? What is this thing I'm looking at? Yellow roses? What are those? It is not hemp.
I don't know.
Like, we're showing you something that's not at all in this.
It definitely has the idea is there when you look at them, because it's kind of like, it almost has this tropical but calming vibe, because it's like yellow's like a pretty calming color.
Right, and it's sort of the color of the gels, so it's deceiving.
Yeah.
Because you pop it open, you're like, oh, what is this, vitamin E or something? What is this, fish oil?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it doesn't say anywhere on it, like on the front, like that's hemp or anything. It just shows these like yellow roses and some like big branches of green, whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
So is the name of this brand Martha Stewart?
Yes, that's it.
That's so weird.
The name sells it, man.
Dude, yeah. That's the entire thing. It's just Martha Stewart, and people are like, oh, well, it must be good.
Right. Oh, if Martha Stewart endorses it, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this a little more. This is from Cheddar, Cannabis exclusive like interview with the person who owns Canopy Growth, I guess, and he's talking about their partnership with Martha Stewart on this CBD. This is not. I just have to say outright, this is not a product we sell. This is just something we're like Martha Stewart coming into the CBD game, full bore. Apparently they've been worked out this deal last year and it's finally kicking in. And it's just funny to see how these things are marketed.
Yeah.
So let's get back to it.
And Martha brings that connection with the consumer and the ability to create amazing flavors.
Again, with these two like weird plant props. So she's got a tincture here, CBD drops, 750 milligrams.
As well
not a bad dose. White top on the tincture bottle, which is kind of like you don't see it that often.
Mm-hmm.
Brown bottle, that's good because it's you don't want the CBD to get corrupted by the light. But again, we're showing like this green giant weird fern here, and then this whatever the hell this thing is.
It's definitely a suggestion of where it's supposed to be had. Because look at that, like, sun hat.
Yeah, the sun hat. Like, take it to the beach, y'all.
Yeah.
This is for, like, you can have a staycation with this tincture.
Yeah. Oh, totally like moms or something like that. Like moms going to the beach and they're like, oh, let me bring my Martha Stewart CBD oil.
Listen, yeah, if you're trying to, or moms or like grandmas even.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, who's Martha Stewart appealing to? It's like housemakers, people who are like really into making sure your house is really beautiful with the like contemporary style and like, country kitchen type stuff. Like the way they showed that brass teapot or whatever in the background. Like if you own a brass teapot, you want this CBD.
Yeah.
If you love delicious fruit that's all cut up and sitting on your counter, then you probably love this CBD.
Which is honestly like, it never stays good. It goes bad in like a day.
You're talking about fruit?
Yeah. Like
it's so hard.
A pile of uncut, what are those? Not blood oranges, but like, gonna draw so many flies.
I've gotten to the point where now if I get fruit, I have to freeze it. There's no way I will eat through all that fruit by myself.
Yeah. Martha Stewart is doing a lot of cleaning.
For the consumer set.
Again, this lower third is covering the entire
appropriate value.
Look at that. What is this? Why is the lower third covering most of the actual product, but yet we get to see this like beautiful looking green plant? And I don't know what these are, cups of orange juice maybe, or like orange glass with pieces of orange on them. Are they? You're not drinking this.
Oh,
it's
the background is so much more intense than
Yeah, it's like this is a gummy, and then we get to see like this little tree or whatever this is, and then these like glasses that are like colored glass, orange and yellow. Like,
well, you know what it is.
What is it?
I'm thinking now. For the commercial overall, if it comes from a Martha Stewart, already a well-established brand, you already have a point of reference of like what it would be. So now you're thinking Martha Stewart gummy. So they don't even need to tell you about the product. They just need to they need to sell you the idea of the product. So like the feelings.
Yeah.
So now they're just selling you like colors and like citrus and like the situations that you'd be having them in.
Totally, man.
And it's just stacking up like on top of like, oh, Martha Stewart. Oh, by the way, she's a CBD brand. Oh, and that makes me feel like summer citrus orange beach.
Exactly. Fresh, like obviously colored glass, whatever these things are.
Yeah.
You have plants like fresh growing lush green plants around, succulents or whatever these things are.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into it.
Proposition for the consumer set.
Absolutely. And what are some of those flavors that are coming out?
And then this guy's like in the coldest room available. Like seriously, throw a plant behind this dude or something.
Yeah, right. So opposite of everything else.
Yeah, I mean you're trying to sell a lifestyle in Martha Stewart and stuff, and then you got this grim guy with like no tie,
staunch man just appearing.
I love it too.
No hair, just
right. Like
so,
the woman that works for Cheddar has more green, lush stuff.
Yeah.
I want to break down what she's got there she's got some books.
Mountain of books.
A stack of books.
Clearly well read.
Catch-22. She's got How to Change Your Mind. She's got a Kurt Vonnegut book there.
Okay.
Jane Mayer, Hell's Angels.
She's clearly very smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scoop. American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis.
Ooh.
Is that a Hunter S. Thompson book right there?
Okay.
Like she's really showing her diversity.
Yeah.
Like this is obviously her house.
Yeah.
I've got most of these books. Have you read most of these books?
No, I haven't.
All right. They're good stuff, man. So she knows what's up. If she's reading Hunter S. Thompson, she's probably a stoner.
Well, my current favorite I have here is mixed berry medley.
Again, that's That's just my own opinion. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Allegedly. All right, let's get back to it.
Well, actually, that probably. Sorry to interrupt, but I was gonna say, if you're a stoner and you see her and she has those books, and they're like very subtle stoner references,
Right.
you know,
Correlation.
Like, it's definitely a lifestyle she's also selling. She's doing a good job of it.
She's trying to show you that she's well read, but it's all good stuff. It's not like
yeah,
bullshit.
she's like, I'm cool.
Yeah, I like good
Yeah.
hipstery stuff.
We're cool at this brand.
Cheddar's cool.
This guy's not cool. Look at
This
him.
guy's teaming with Martha Stewart, and he didn't even let Martha Stewart dress his set. You know, like seriously, it's like, where's he filming this from? A prison? Like that wall, like the color, like he couldn't even throw a warm light on himself.
Left his hair at home.
David Klein, I'm sorry, I'm not ranking on you. I'm just saying, like, dude, never mind. We'll probably end up interviewing this guy sometime, and it's like, I'm just talking.
Cut that last part.
I'm just
out.
talking aesthetically. It's just aesthetics for this shot. You know, we break down commercials here, all right?
Yeah.
In gummies, we also have Meyer lemon oils, and so drops, and we have unflavored.
There's a good shot of blood orange. Do you remember? Did you watch that show Deadwood? I mean, True Blood on HBO.
No.
I was just reading that it's coming back. I think
Okay.
it was like a fan reaction.
I remember it was big for a time when I was
Yeah,
younger.
it was a cool show. Like the first season was really good, and then it got weird in the second season. Then it kind
Yeah.
of like came back a little bit, and then it was like it got really weird.
Yeah.
Like it kind of jumped the shark, but stayed around. But they made a True Blood drink that you could buy, like HBO branded drink that was made with blood oranges. So it was like, you know, had that blood thing.
I think that's the curse of vampire shows, vampire and werewolf shows. is
What's the curse?
They just can't be around for too long. Like that topic is like, it has to be. I don't know. It gets old quick.
Like you come in with a bang and then you got to get out quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nobody cares this much for a vampire because obviously it, like, you know, it never dies, but eventually it sucks.
Right. It's like, all right, dude, you've outstayed your welcome.
Exactly.
The other thing I think is, like, since vampires don't age, or they age at a very slow rate,
Yeah.
you can't make these movies like 20 years later because the vampire actor is just going to be old looking.
Yeah, that too.
Like you're kind of stuck. You fucked yourself.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it's like, you ever see Interview with the Vampire?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Like Kirsten Dunst played the girl that never ages. You can't make a part 2 when she's now like
Yeah.
in her 30s or 40s.
Okay, so you want to hear a really fun fact?
Yeah,
Kirsten, I used to model when I was a baby. Yeah, my mom used to pimp me out.
Oh shit! Who
Some-
did you model for?
Like Target
What?
and yeah, and like all these like diaper brands. I think I did like Huggies when I was young, or I don't know.
That is funny. You were like a baby underwear model.
Yeah, and the only celebrity I've ever met, technically, is Kirsten Dunst, and there's a picture of her holding me as a baby.
You've got to be kidding me, man.
Nope.
You have to bring that in. You have to bring that in. That is so funny. How old was she when she held you?
Old enough to hold me. I don't know. It was before Spider-Man.
She was a teenager.
I don't know. I couldn't say. But
Dude.
it was before the Spider-Man movies.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Kirsten Dunst, you got to get in touch with us because this is fucking hilarious that you and Thomas worked together.
Yeah, right. That was my first gig too.
Please, Kirsten, reach out and get in touch because that's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want some free CBD, we'll send you some.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yo, loved you in Spider-Man. Interview with a Vampire?
Dude, you knew her before Spider-Man. She was
Yeah, right.
hanging out with you when you're in your Huggies.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
We go way back.
Seriously.
Day one.
You were probably just like, how old were you? A baby, an infant.
Yeah. Like I couldn't walk. Like that's how old.
You're getting paid, but you're being held by. You're just thinking like, is this a food source?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like those jobs are really it's totally for the parents. And like it's basically like the parents just pimping out the kids. They're making money off like selling the images of the kids
Yeah.
and everything. But hey, I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, it makes some funny stories, but it's always embarrassing.
You know, it's funny. Like Ryan and me and you all did acting as kids. Weirdly enough,
What were you in?
Just plays and shit like that. I didn't do it. I auditioned for commercial stuff, but I never did it. Never actually like did any. But yeah, just like actual theater play type shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, and had like somewhere there's a photo shoot, like somewhere I have a portfolio of me as a kid, but I was like probably 11, 12.
Yeah.
Not, you know, being held as an infant by Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Like that to me, man, that's hilarious. Like that's some strange and funny cred.
Yeah.
And turned out she's like awesome, like a really great actress.
Oh yeah.
I just rewatched what is it? Something Mind.
Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's it.
Great movie.
Oh man, yeah, and she gets stoned in that. She
Of course.
smokes weed in that.
Of course.
Like you know,
That's a trippy movie.
we're trying to scout out scenes in movies where they're like the best like ultimate pot scenes, and it's like her and Mark Ruffalo
Yeah.
smoking weed while like Jim Carrey's unconscious on a bed, and they're like dancing around in their underwear, getting high.
I do not remember
over
this
his
scene.
over his unconscious body.
I need to rewatch this though.
If we do like a Nugflix and chill type of thing and watch that together like as a group, we gotta like isolate you being held by her and put it on the screen at all times. In your Huggies ad.
Put these images together.
Like definitely. Oh man.
Yo, so that's like 6 spaces from Kevin Bacon right there.
That
for
is.
me.
That's the
I
6
technically
degrees.
am 2 degrees from Jim Carrey and Mark Ruffalo.
That's so
and
funny.
Tobey Maguire.
That's true, man. You basically were being held by Mary Jane.
Oh yeah.
So that makes you part of the MCU. I say.
Oh. I'm extended MCU cast.
Exactly. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Canon. I'm canon.
You're canon. That's funny. All right, let's get back into this a little bit. Too funny, man. That's hilarious.
In soft gel. So the thing that's great.
Again, like they're cutting, like basically the bottom of the C, B, and D on this tank are partially covered. Like, come on. Like, I seriously have been editing video for this show for like a couple months, and I would not do this, what they're doing right now. No offense to Cannabis, but like, come on, guys. Like, that's, you know, the lower third is going to be right on your product.
Tacky.
Like, if I was Martha Stewart and I saw this segment, or if I was at a gas station watching this segment or wherever this gets played, I would be like, come on, man, that's our product. Like, why are you covering it up? I don't know. It's just from a marketing perspective, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Great though about what Martha brings to the market is she's personally tested.
This one's got like little these little delicious looking pies. Nothing, little fruit pies, nothing to do with whatever the product is. Cranberries, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there.
The products to make sure that they meet her standards.
They're not showing Martha
Now, Martha
Stewart's
Stewart is
face
not
at
the
all
first
either.
celebrity.
You know, like you'd think instead of just showing fruits, vegetables, and and weird plants, vegetation or whatever, like these dinosaur style ferns or whatever, they'd also get into showing Martha a little bit.
Yeah, let's see her drop one.
Did she not show up?
Let's see her take a
She's
tink.
not going to model. Yeah, no kidding. I want to see her take a tink, man. You're dead on with that. Spot on.
Growth. He's also partnered up with people like Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, Drake. What is the strategy?
What? Evan Goldberg, Seth Rogen, and Drake. And Snoop, I think. She didn't mention that, but
Who, Martha?
this Canopy Growth.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're teaming with some major actors.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen, I didn't know he had a CBD brand. Maybe it's their
He
weed
must.
side.
Yeah.
I think they do have a weed side, like an actual, they deal on the THC side as well. All right, let's get back. And he's about to talk about these other celebrity endorsements. Let's hear from the horse's mouth what the deal is with teaming with these celebs.
Behind these partnerships, are they actively driving growth?
Yeah, you know, I think Martha's a great example to use here, although the others fall into that category as well. I've seen CPG companies try to use kind of social influencers and
Did he say CPG? Let me hear that again.
social influencers and celebrity endorsements, and that can
Oh, I didn't go back further enough here.
great example to use here, although the others fall into that category as well. I've seen CPG companies.
I think he said CPG.
He did.
I've seen CPG companies.
CPG isn't. I don't think that's a cannabinoid. There's CBD and like CBG, but CPG.
CPG.
Does it stand for something?
I mean, it must.
I think it was just a misspeak.
Category as well. I've seen CPG companies try to use kind of social influencers and celebrity endorsements, and that can work. That's a bit of a.
Did Martha Stewart only pose for this one shoot in her kitchen or whatever?
Oh, consumer packaged goods. That's what it stands for.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Is he misspeaking on CBD or is he saying CPG? I don't know. Maybe.
No, I heard it. He said CPG.
But did he intentionally say that, you think?
If it means consumer packaged goods, then
What are does CBD count as a packaged consumer packaged goods? I guess
it must.
All right, all right, my bad. Let's get back to it. But I think Martha,
she's not even in that shot. She's like photoshopped into it.
Right. She was probably holding like a small like tea glass or something.
Yeah. Surprise! It's not even that Martha Stewart. They just took her image, photoshopped it in, and it's some other Martha Stewart.
Right, they just got some like woman in her like 60s with her hands and stuff, and just photoshopped this face on from like some other thing.
A hit or miss proposition. I think what really works is when the celebrity engages. And
this is a second shot.
You know, Martha
We're
has
holding
been
different berries.
teaching people how to live well for her entire career, and she is personally involved in all of the activities related to the our products, and so we get her expertise. She gets our expertise.
Are you belching over there, or is that something happening on Cheddar?
Yes, I am.
And then
It's that brownie, man.
It's the brownie.
Seriously, that brownie's coming back on me too. It's weird. All right, here we go.
she gets to go speak about our brands in a way that's authentic. And so
if she would show her face other than these like 3 pictures, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that picture right there and then like 1 or 2 others.
She's a busy lady.
Is she though? In quarantine times, I guess maybe, but it's kind of it's weird when you have these big celebrities that are like endorsing your brand or teaming with you. It's like, how much work are they going to put in?
Yeah.
She's not dancing around a fake living room like Kirsten.
Yeah, come on, Martha.
when you can make that combination work with a celebrity partner, you can really create something special.
I haven't seen Seth Rogen do anything for their
Absolutely.
brand.
Now, we
Have
know
you?
that
I haven't seen him do anything in a long
Canadian
time,
cannabis
period.
companies that are trading on major U.S. exchanges cannot legally operate in the U.S. But you obviously have this sort of hemp and CBD play going on here. So how do you anticipate this will actually allow you to establish a foothold here in the U.S. prior to legalization?
Well, we have a couple of things going on in the U.S. So we have our ability to bring these CBD products with Martha Stewart to the U.S. Right now. We also
Are they somewhere else right now? Like, did they start it somewhere else, like overseas?
Yeah, we should order some of this and then check it out.
We should contact Canopy Growth and tell them to send us some unboxings.
Yeah.
And then we can try it ourselves. And, like, maybe they'll send some of those plants, too.
Yeah.
Those weird, like, dinosaur ferns.
I want a blood orange.
Yeah, man. We could pick some blood oranges up.
also have other brands like our BioSteel brand, which is a sports and fitness brand that is in the U.S. today, and we're expanding that or have expanded that into. It's
probably the same hemp. Like, they probably just put some weights in the background instead of weird plants.
The CBD space. We have a beauty brand called This Works, which.
Damn, he's plugging all the brands. I just want to hear about Martha Stewart. I don't want to have a whole plug sesh here.
Works.
Deal, pretty groundbreaking
fast-forwarding
when
a
we
little
first announced it a couple of months ago. However, amid sort of more turbulent, challenging market conditions, it was pretty substantially renegotiated, and that renegotiation was a little bit complicated. Can you tell us in plain terms what sort of happened there?
Yeah, what we did.
Oh shit! It's 420, yo. 420.
Where's the tink sound?
I don't have a tink sound loaded. I will hit this vape though. Let's get some music on here. Do you want to hit a vape or something? You got a tink or anything over there you can do?
I'll take another piece of this brownie.
Do it. .420 smoke sesh, y'all. Can't really smoke in here because we're indoors, but
Brownies all day.
and this isn't, 1994 or something.
Yeah. If only we were Mad Men. Honestly, that show, it set up a whole generation. I was among the generation of kids that was when that show came out, we were just going into college, and obviously I had no idea what I wanted to do. So
I'm turning this way up so I can make a huge plume. Go ahead. It's gonna hurt my lungs, but I'll do it anyway.
No, going into college, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I was like, all right, Don Draper's freaking cool. I want to be like him, So I went in that direction for that.
And now you're writing comedy for a CBD podcast, so it all works.
Yeah, so I guess it worked a little bit.
Hey, man.
Unique, I think, for in the industry. In fact, it hasn't been replicated in terms of this post-permissibility ownership structure. What we found that we needed to do, though, was to create better alignment between the shareholders and the management team at Acreage and the shareholders for Canopy Growth. And so the new transaction will be similar to the old transaction, except we're going to allow about 30% of the shares.
Damn, he's going deep into the weeds on this. I don't know what he's talking about. He's not talking about Martha Stewart.
Position in the U.S.
Let me fast forward a little bit.
Or at least permissibility. Now, we have an election coming up this fall, but neither candidate has been especially enthusiastic about cannabis legalization. Do you expect that to change at all in the lead up to the election, considering how popular cannabis legalization is among young voters on either side of the aisle?
In that election, 5 states, I think, 5 new states got legalized.
Yeah, I think the thing that's really exciting about where we are right now is the momentum that's building from a political standpoint for cannabis.
He's like, I don't want to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I'm not going near that question.
Smart.
Legalization. You see that it's not necessarily a partisan thing, because you see research shows 55% of Republican voters are in favor of cannabis legalization. 78%
Legalize it.
of Democratic voters are in
Boom.
favor of cannabis legalization, and so there's a lot of support around the consumer populace in the U.S. for this. And look, it's really just about time. Alcohol prohibition.
Hell
was
yeah,
repealed
man.
87
I'm with this guy. Hashtag legalize.
years ago, in the middle of
Legalize
a
it.
recession. We're sitting here today in a world that is trying to figure out how to create revenue for the government post-COVID and create jobs in a time when we have massive unemployment, and also address some social justice in it.
All right, he's done with the Martha talk.
Yeah. Where's Martha?
Is that from Superman? God, what a piece of shit. So dumb.
All information in this podcast, live stream, video, audio presentation, or YouTube video, or its related social media pages or interactions
Are for informational purposes only.
CBD Source Center and the CBD Source podcast does not offer medical advice. Its host, Col Cheney, is not a medical professional.
His experiences with cannabidiol and other cannabinoids
Are his own and may not affect you the same way. Everybody's endocannabinoid system is different. Statements made regarding CBD and THC products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The efficacy of these products and the testimonials made have not been confirmed by FDA-approved research. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All information presented here is not meant as a substitute for or alternative to Information from healthcare practitioners. Please consult your healthcare professional about potential interactions or other possible complications before using any product. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act requires this notice.
He's like, I don't want to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I'm not going near that question.